Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. So, if you're with me for the last episode, you will recall that we went ahead and got started on this carrot farm right here, behind me. And I think we only got the first layer done right, but now we are up at 3. And you might be wondering how we achieved that, or where we achieved that, or when we achieved that. And that was achieved in a stream that I did yesterday evening, Sunday that would have been, for you, those of you who aren't watching this on Monday. And we just took the farm up by an extra 2 layers, as you can see, and not really much else was achieved in that stream, because we didn't go for that long, to be honest. So I think what we'll do today is we'll try to take the farm up another couple of layers at least, maybe all the way to the top if we've got enough time. But of course, this video is going to be out late today. Because I've been quite busy, so I don't know if we'll even have enough time to get very far with this, but we'll see what we can do. And at the moment, everything is functioning correctly. So this button actually triggers the farm, and if we come in the back here, into where the redstone lies, you'll see that it's all triggered by a redstone torch tower that goes all the way up at the moment, and that will continue all the way up to the top layer of this farm. Of course, activating each layer with just the single push of this button right here. So aside from that, we don't really have much else to discuss. So I guess we can go ahead and start things off by probably making our way up there. And I might actually craft some ladders and put those up this stone pillar instead. It might be a bit easier for us to actually make our way up via ladders rather than building up every single time. So we'll get that done and begin work on the next layer. Okay, you guys, so to kick things off for the next layer, we actually need to take the farm up by another 3 blocks. And by doing this, we're allowing ourselves enough room to actually section off the ceiling of this layer and the floor of the next layer. So as you can see down below, once I'm done here, as you can see down below, we've got 3 glass blocks, then 3 of the wall texture blocks, 3 glass blocks, and again, we'll have 3 wall texture blocks here. And as I say, that just allows us to sort of build this farm in layers so that we're not exposing each layer to the next one too early. So that 3 wide gap gives us enough space to install lighting, install flooring up here, and of course make sure we can have a ceiling on the layer below. So what I need is some dark oak logs, if we have any. Let's just quickly have a look. We've got some stripped ones right there. And there we go, perfect. So as I said, ladders going to the top. Let's make sure we've completed that section of ladder so that we can return to the top when we need to. We'll place a torch just in case there. And first things first, we want to go 1, 2, and 3. And then on the opposing side, same thing. So let's just take these few blocks out and probably replace a torch just up there to prevent spawns as best as possible. Okay, coming down, we don't have any of the wall textures, so I should probably go and grab those as well. So gravel is something that we're going to need a little bit more of if we're to complete the next segment of this task. I think we're down to about 2 gravel, so of course it's a block that sometimes, as I say, we run out of quite frequently, and I think it's probably about time we went and actually found one of those gravel biomes. I think they exist right now. There's a biome that is full of gravel, and of course if you find one you can go ahead and dig out to your heart's content. So we should probably go ahead and do that at some point in the near future. Just like a desert, it will actually provide us with a bunch of materials that we need, and it will be easy access. We can take a couple of shulker boxes over there, do what we need to do of course, and then come back. But for the time being, we're going to be down in the mining area of our base here, just lurking around a few of the caves to see what we can find. And luckily for us, we hit the jackpot right here with quite a bit of gravel. So I'm going to go ahead and take every single piece I can get my hands on, return over to the carrot farm, and we will progress onwards with the build. And just so you guys know, I'm kind of aiming to make this episode a little bit more hands-on, so we're not going to take so many breaks in between cuts and things like that, so that you can see the true process of this farm. So that's why so far I've showed you quite a bit of footage. We'll carry on like that for this episode, since of course we're coming up on the world tour, so we don't really want to be doing too much here and there before we get that video out. So I will continue in that fashion, just so that you know, and we'll try and run through things as I would you know, as I'm regularly playing. So as I say, I'll catch you guys back over at the carrot farm. This time I will spare you the pain and misfortune of watching me place down the wall texture block. So there's that part of the build complete. So I figure we'll move this torch, grab some more stone, and make our way up by 3 or 4 more blocks, because we do need to dig out another 3 tall section. However, this one needs to go 9 blocks back, so including this block here, it needs to go 9 blocks back, so of course we will work on getting that done. However, we need to stretch it out all the way to the wooden pillars on either side, take those down like so, and we can't reach this side, which means we're going to have to create a bit of scaffolding again, pop a torch down just to prevent spawns if possible, and then we'll bring it all the way across. And I'm just going to make sure that we can throw in those dark oak pillars on either side before we take a jump to the next segment of the video here. So let me take the dark oak logs and go 1, 2, and 3, and then of course on the other side 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've taken the build 9 blocks back as we said we would. Let's get some lighting in this place to avoid spawns as always, and then first thing we're probably going to do is dig straight down like this, and that will allow us to have an area in which we can allow our crops to fall and land in the string of hoppers right at the bottom there, as you can see. So let's take this all the way across. And then once we've got that done, we also want to chip away at this stone by 1 layer. And this is going to be, of course, where the dirt goes. So let's just get that done, of course, together. And then we will probably lay the dirt down off camera. And I'll just bring you guys in to see the finished product. But something else I quickly wanted to ask you guys, or basically announce to you guys, was that I'm thinking about starting a new series this week on a new game. And I have mentioned the game in a recent video. So I might just put out like a pilot episode later in the week, and then you guys can kind of give me some feedback on that and tell me whether or not you want to see more. Of course, if you don't want to see more, I won't post it, but wow, that was lucky. I really don't know what I was trying to do there, but we got away with it. And as I was saying, if you guys don't like it, then of course we don't have to continue playing, but I think I would like to at least run a few episodes on it, and if I can have a chance to explain to you guys the sort of things that we can do in that game, you probably will realize it's very similar to Minecraft, and there's actually a lot of things that we can go ahead and do, and it could be quite fun. So look out for that later in the week if I get time. It will be a bonus episode, probably a double upload for the day, so you won't be missing out on any of the regular content, so don't worry about that too much. Okay, I lied. We did it on camera, but I'm sure you guys didn't mind seeing that. It didn't take too long after all. Okay, guys, so we're going to need 3 dispensers, and Gemma has now found out about this bounce pad. So that's going to be another thing that she's going to do to annoy me. Let's see if we can move her over very quickly. Stop it, Gemma. You're ticking me off. There you go. Okay, so we're going to need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to need 3 bows as well, which we will probably head to the skeleton farm for. That'd probably be the easiest location to go and grab them from. So let's take a second to hop on over there. And this might be a room that some of you guys haven't seen all that often, or seen at all, because it's something that we built relatively near the start of the world. And it's a room that we don't really use anymore because, of course, we've got the guardian farm, which is much more efficient. So let's grab 3 bows out of there. And then we'll use our quick crafting bench that we've got over here as well. So we've got 1 right there. 2, and then a 3rd, and then of course we can pop our 3 redstone in, place the bows in 1 at a time because they don't stack annoyingly. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter that much, we can get over it quite simply, but of course we do need 3 dispensers for each level of this farm. So let's go ahead and get those installed, as well as all of the design features for the walls and the back wall that the dispensers will sit on. You guys, take a look at this dude. He wants something he can't have. Story of our lives, probably. Poor guy. I guess he's gonna sit over there in solitude, trying to figure out a way to come and get me, but never is probably never going to figure it out. So we'll leave him be and move on to something that actually matters. So the canvas is set for us here to get to work. So once again, we're going to be bringing out the good old wool textures that we know and that we love, or at least I hope you guys love them. You've never disapproved, so I'm going to assume that you love them. So here we go. We're just going to throw them in on the wall here, try and be as quick as possible, because this is probably about the 2 billionth time that you guys have seen me do this. And I say that every time we do it. I know it's probably a meme by now, isn't it? That I say that every time we do it, but unfortunately that's going to be something you guys are going to have to deal with, or you know, lump it or like it, as they say. So here we go. Let's figure out what we're going to put in there and in there. That will work. And then same on the other side. So let's just do what we've got to do here. There we go. A bit of crackstone brick. God knows why I started on the what do you call it, on the andesite there, but I guess it works. We'll put a bit of cobblestone in there. Do that. Pop another piece of cobblestone in there because I'm not really too fussed. Do that. Do that. Probably not that, actually. Do that, and then grab all the rest. Does that look okay? That looks perfect. And then on the back wall, a little bit of something different. So let's get our dispensers out and first of all mark out where they're going to go. So one in the middle and then a two block gap between each one. And we do want to go ahead and do this, this, and this. And then these blocks here are going to be bit of stone brick, so let's do that. We probably want to keep the dispensers on the hotbar though, because we will be using them very shortly. So dispenser, 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 log, log, and log, and then get us the slabs. Perfect. Slab, slab, and slab. Okay, so we're making progress, and I've already began to forget how the design goes here. I think then we take the wall back one layer, like this, okay, and all the way across, just one block back behind each of the dispensers. And then I think we have to go like that, that, and that on each of these. Oops, not there. You can be removed, like so. And then we need some stone brick stairs, which is an issue. And that guy doesn't go there either, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we returned armed to the teeth with some stairs, which is a weird expression, but I'm using it, so deal with it. And then we want to do something like this, and then same on the other side, but mirrored like that. And then in the middle, bang, boom, boom, bang. And then just in behind to top the design off, you want to place a couple of logs like this. And this is such a random design, but I figured, I think I explained this, I figured that we'll try and mix it up a little bit at the back just to make things look a bit more interesting, because oftentimes these farms can be a bit boring to look at, so we're trying here to make a change, you know? Make a change, make things look a bit more attractive, and that is going to be achieved through the use of a bit of depth and a bit of texture combination here and there. So finally we want to do this. And same on the other side, and then this leads us nicely into working on the ceiling, so we can start to pull out this layer of blocks. And of course, again, we're going to need 4 more redstone lamps, which are becoming a bit resource intensive. And I was thinking actually earlier when we were mining the gravel that it might be a good idea actually to dedicate a stream to actually going out and just harvesting a bunch of materials. I think that might be quite cool, especially if you guys are staying active in the chat, of course, and asking a bunch of questions, because it does take a lot of time to harvest resources. It would be a lot less boring if you guys were there for the ride, so we might do that one day. Just go out and gather up a bunch of resources that we seem to be low on all the time. One of those definitely would be glowstone, so let me know if that's something else that maybe you'd be interested in, and I probably won't listen, I'll just do it anyway, but you can let me know. I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, let's get this this ceiling in place and start to cap off this layer of the farm. Okay, let's pick up the spoils of our smelting segment earlier. There we go. We got 21 iron ingots, which gives us 2 blocks and 3 pieces, and then we should have a block and 2 pieces of gold as well, which is nice. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to be repurposing some of the lamps in this room. So first of all, let's get rid of that and then take our lamp. And we, of course, don't want it to go that way. We want it to go into our inventory. However, at the same time, I think it's best if we actually block these back up, just so that we don't have any unwanted friends wandering into our base when they shouldn't be. Anyway, let's pop a torch there and take away this one. Good, and we'll... Oh, okay, that one's already missing. can't remember taking any of these lamps, so I'm not sure where they've gone, if they are missing already, but we'll find out, I'm sure, at some point. So we'll take that one, and then finally this one. That should give us the 4 that we require to do what we need to do. And then let's head back over to the carrot farm so that we can get the ceiling finished up, which is what we discussed, I think, at the end of the last clip. I kind of forgot because I took a little bit of a break to head out and grab a drink. So I kind of forgot what we were talking about in the video, and I didn't go back to check either because I'm too lazy for that, unfortunately. But one thing I do realize that we're missing immediately is 4 redstone blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Let's ditch something here. We don't need the dirt right now, and we also don't need the rotten flesh probably ever, unless Mojang finally decide to add a use for it other than inventory clutter. So, ceiling time. Let's go ahead and get our stone bricks. So what we want to do is go ahead and place a row in like this, and then our lamps will be going up there, and then 1 up there, 1 up there, and then finally over in this corner we want another one just above us right there. So let's get the redstone blocks in place, and that is not how you add something to your hotbar, as a tip for you. Okay, here we go. And then lamps in place like this, and then we can just fill the rest of the ceiling in with the stone brick block. Should be easy enough. I think actually we don't want to go that far. We want to go just to that point there to allow us to continue continue the design. Oh, the amount of times I trip over my words. You'd think that I learned to speak when I was like 14 years old or something. But here we go. Let's do this and fill in the ceiling. We should have a few more stone bricks, which can go in there, 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 and there. And that's our ceiling done. So there's only a couple more things to do. Of course, till the soil, plant the crops, place a few signs along here, and then get the glass in, and we are done with this layer. So let's get this thing polished up. Let's get this finished up, you guys. Let's get this layer finished up. So first of all, we're going to till the soil like this. And till is a word that I'm going to choose to use rather than use naturally. So here we go. Till in the soil, making sure it's all ready to accept crops, and then once we've done that, we'll come on the outside, place our signs in. This is going to prevent the water from flowing down the system, which of course we don't want to happen. So there we go. So the carrots of course will just drop down into this slit and all the way down into the hopper chain at the bottom. And then of course we want to try and whoops, not do that. We want to try and grow some carrots. So let's plant as many as we've got and bone meal them is best we can. We might not be able to plant a full platform here, but we'll do our best. So let's just spam these with a bit of bone meal. There we go. And we've got quite a few. Harvest them all up, and that gives us another 25 carrots to plant. So let's just go ahead and plant those, as I say, where we can. And also another thing I'll quickly mention is, while you guys weren't looking, I went ahead and hooked up the redstone, so that's all working now. And of course, final thing to do is to close this guy up with a bit of glass. So there we go. And eventually we will come back up and plant carrots in the rest of the tilled soil that doesn't have any crop on it yet. But of course, we need to wait for some to grow or do a harvest. So that is going to be something that only will be allowed after a bit of time has passed. Alright then, you guys, this is the last part of the video right now, so welcome back for the last time, as I usually say. This is the end, so that's 98 out the way. We are only 2 episodes away from 100 now, which of course will be the world tour, so look forward to that, and we'll also have a world download on that episode. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below. That'll be much appreciated. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, feedback, anything you'd like to say in general, pop that down in the comment section and I'll get back to you on that. And finally, if you're new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and press that subscribe button to stay tuned to this series and any other videos that we decide to post on the channel. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to come and visit my channel. I really do appreciate it. It's amazing. We're starting to get quite a few views on each episode now, in comparison to what we were getting earlier in the year and at the end of last year, which is nice to see. And I guess just take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.